I got you, people. So you remember the video that I did about IPO wars? And I was looking into it. I think I ran into it. And one of my subscribers, Tank Native, I was talking to him and we were discussing something. And I asked, why did the government shut down AI and the exchange, right? Because I knew something was going to happen. So that's why I say IPO wars, but I was just thinking just between the companies, right? These companies that got high tech, they was going to compete in the NASDAQ or on their other platforms that regular people could go into, right? Like the 9 to 5 persons. But it's like more than that. So I asked, why did the government shut down the AI on the exchange? And this is why it came up with the U.S. government forced Anthropic. That's the new IPI that is coming out hopefully this fall on June, but looks like it's not going to happen because already the wars that I was talking about, the IPO wars, are starting to happen, but not with the companies itself, but with the government, right? So the U.S. government forced Anthropic to globally shut down its advanced cloud AI models. See, forcing to shut down. I don't know why. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 due to severe national security fears and import control violations. Now, I don't know if they're trying technology with other companies or with other countries, that the United States government didn't go for it and they forced them to shut down their platforms. The shutdown stems from escalating clash between Anthropic and federal regulations. Man, the government always getting involved in public business, right? The people's private business, man. They don't stay within their own limits within federal government. No, they want to interrupt, regular people's business, man. But anyway, the government is the government, and they got to keep track to what's going on around the world. And they think that the Anthropic in the cloud, right, and Fable 5 is called, and Mythos 5, they got a lot of crazy names, but you got to look it up, people. So the core security and export violations, I guess they call them export violations. I don't know what they export in technology across other countries that United States or our government doesn't want other countries to, have access to our technology, our AI technology. So they scared of called jailbreaks, vulnerabilities, right? The common security, I don't know this name, Howard Lubnick issue and erupt export control directive after discovering that a jailbreak technique, this bypass allow safeguard to be defeated, potentially letting hostile foreign entities extract actionable data from cyber attacks or military intelligence. See, now it's getting into government worries that people might use this technology to take data from our system and use it against the U.S. So that's what it's all about, people. I knew this was going to happen. As technology grows, problems grow with it. People get to do more crimes, get to hide more, be more stealth. Because that's what technology does, and helps you out, advance you, gives you a future event, like what the possibilities that could happen if you use it, or you use the suggestions, I guess. So let me see, I'm still reading the same thing. Yeah, okay. So the Fable 5 leak, the situation worsened when an independent researcher publicly leaked X and what's the other one? GitHub, further exposing system vulnerabilities. So they're saying that some journalists, what was it? Yeah, that was short memory, yo. This journalist researcher had put some information, leaked out the information to the public where it wasn't supposed to be publicized. I guess he couldn't have that information, but he got that information and he put it out there and he exposed, and I guess the government got in that they got to take this technology off platforms because other countries might use it against us. So, broader political context. The military refusal. The shutdown follows months of tensions after Anthropic refused to grant the Pentagon unrestricted access to its frontier models for domestic mass surveillance and fully autonomous weapons. You see, the government is always using technology for not the best of the country. I don't know if it's good for the country or they want to use it to control other countries. That's the problem. So these companies don't want the government to use the technology to, I guess, harass other world leaders. And that's my understanding of what I'm reading there. You know, they refuse the government to have access to their labs of AI. You know, so they refuse. So now the government gave him ultimatum to shut it down, or he's gonna be blacklisted from selling, or have investors buy shares of his companies. You know, government always doing about it. They don't get what they want. They always find a way to blacklist you, right? So the government is gonna blacklist blacklisting. The Department of Defense previously added a startup to a supply chain blacklist, promoting ongoing lawsuits between the company and the administration. So since the Anthropic don't want to let our government use its labs or its technology models and things like that, they want to blacklist them and restrict them from doing business. So they shut them down. I guess they ain't gonna be no IPOs this fall and this June, right? Because they said they already put paperwork in, and this is like the federal government's not gonna allow them. So the IPO timeline, the disrupt ban threatens the company's enterprise revenue just as it filed documents with the Security and Exchange Commission, chasing a $1 trillion evaluation. Telling you, man, there was gonna be a problem with these companies that, you know, deal with high tech. So I understand how Elon Musk, he's got good technology, and I don't know if he's selling or whatever, but why he's sending rockets, you know, every other week or whatever to space to do what? To bring them back down? You know, it costs a lot of money to send these rockets up there, billions of dollars, and, you know, special equipment, special material. You know, it's not just, you know, any type of metal, you know, special metal that could hold heat, you know, while it's up in space. You know, the pressure, that is probably no oxygen up there, you know, could squeeze those metal silos in, you know, and squeeze you into like a squash can, sardine. I don't know, man. But anyway, that was it, people. Looks like I was right on that IPO wars, that our government now is shutting down a lot of AI platforms because they scared that these other countries might jailbreak the system and use on the technology against us, and now they're not trusting any foreign nationals that are here and using their technology that they could learn it and go back to their country and sell this information. So a lot of things is going on with these AI, you know. So there's gonna be a lot of restrictions. I mean, I don't think people's gonna be allowed to use certain devices with this technology. So I knew something was gonna go wrong or bad with this technology, man. Because the more the technology grows, the more the problems and the more criminals get their hands on this, and they do things more better, more easier. They probably don't have to actually break into your house. They know when you're gone. They know when you're gonna come back, you know, because they could check everything. Everything is online now. You could check a flight. You could check when it's coming, when it's stopping, when it was delayed. Is the person checked in? You know, everybody's vulnerable to something now. You know, technology is for everybody to use, and if you use it right, it works with you. You use it wrong, it works against the government. It's always like that. That's why the government is always worried about foreign affairs and all these foreign people that come into the U.S. and, you know, might take advantage of our technology and use it against us and send it to other countries. So people, with that, I'll let you go when you think about that. But I don't know if now is Anthropic is gonna have a chance to get in the NASDAQ and in these regular platforms to promote their business and sell shares to the open public. Anyway, with that, I'll let you go and you think about that. Peace.